All right, welcome back to Necessary Censorship. Today, we're going to dedicate this podcast to Mike Martinez. We're going to talk about... Pour one out. We're going to talk about stories
Don't waste on him.
about being late. How late have we been to things? Let's talk about it.
Necessary censorship. Thank you for clicking on our show. Most likely, we are people that you don't know. A group of friends where censorship seems legit. This seems necessary. Just listen to this stuff. Necessary censorship. Necessary censorship. Necessary censorship. Send us money.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, as we said in the intro, we're going to talk about being late. You know, so, and we're going to dedicate this to Mike.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because out of the five of us,
Well, explain why.
there's somebody not here
Yeah.
Right.
because he's about 50 minutes late.
Well, it's like the last of Boondock Saints one where, he goes to the wrong theater when he has the tickets.
Yeah. So,
So,
but to be fair, he was only moderately late. He did
That's
make
true.
he did make the first the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
So,
yeah. Still,
I don't know who wants to start with who's got a good late story. It could be for work, could be for anything, could be for a wedding, could be for a funeral, could be, I have one.
Go ahead.
I'll
please.
start, so I'll give you guys a little time. So, 75% of us here worked at Home Depot,
Yes.
and
I'm the 25%.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
I predominantly
I'm sorry.
worked
Oh, yeah.
mornings.
Don't ever
Like
feel
when I
sorry.
was inventory management associate at IMA, when I did ordering, I had to be there at 4 a.m. and I worked 4 to 1 was my shift.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so coincidentally, at the same time, I was also a bar league softball player, and so we would usually play and then stay till bar close the night before.
Makes
you know,
sense.
and so there was one day that I kind of overslept, and I remember,
One day. Only one.
I woke up.
Good on you.
I woke up around 9, so I'm 5 hours late, and I was like, oh shit! It's almost like, do I even go in at this point?
No.
But I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll go in. Well then, so I go in, and I check in at the service desk. I'm like, hey, who's the manager on duty today? And they're like, Stu Kent, and Stu Kent was always a ball breaker to me. I never thought he liked me. I'm like, fuck this guy. He's gonna hand me my ass. I'm gonna get written up wherever. So I'm like,
5 hours late. I would.
I could see him on the other side of the store, so I quick sneak in. I go run, I punch in, and I figure I'm gonna grab my cart and pretend like I've been there the whole time, And so I'm gonna kind of do my thing. And I'm like working in the lumber area doing shit, and I say, Beretta, and I'm like, and it's Stu, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. Hey man, run a little late this morning. He's got this real southern. That's a really bad southern.
It was bad, yeah.
Yeah, just. Couldn't wake up on time. Oh man, that's like half a shift. And I'm like, what? Who's Stu? What did you do with Stu? Oh man, hey, by the way, I got some pralines. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm like, what the fuck? Like nothing happened. So apparently Stu had a good morning and he didn't give a shit. But yeah, so 5 hours late. 5 and change because it took me a little bit to get there. I didn't smell or look sharp when I came in.
I bet not.
After being out till bar close and then getting an hour. Well, it would have been an hour and a half hours of sleep. But
Well, I give you
Pretty
credit
good couple
because if it were me and I was that late, I just
Yeah.
chalk it up for I ain't coming in.
maybe
So
it's just
Maybe you were still drunk and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go in.
there is a possibility, and also it's like like the work ethic of I need to go in. I got
At least just make the call though, so it's not a no call, no show.
Right.
If you haven't-
that
if
was
you haven't
kind of
told
why I
anybody-
went in. I was like, well, do I play it off as, I thought I worked at 10 when my assigned schedule is 4 a.m. to
Right.
1 every
Yeah.
day.
No.
No. Okay.
Well, that's good though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
I made it in.
So-
5 hours late. 5
and
hours
look,
late.
because you showed up and you made the right decision, nothing bad happened.
Nope.
Yeah.
And just a side note, how many podcasts have I been late to?
I mean, I don't come to all of them, but I don't think I've ever seen you be late.
Sounds good.
I'll
We'll
say
keep a
zero.
tally of that.
Yeah.
Keep a tally of that. All right.
Everyone, give your tally.
Anybody
so
else?
Jason's one. Never.
Never been late.
That's-
Because we if it's 6 or 7
Be
ish,
punctual.
Yeah.
we try to be there around that.
Yeah. And we don't even make a specific time. It's
No,
never, I mean, I get it.
7-ish.
It's a movie that you're going to see, right?
But it's
we always throw in the ish,
Yeah.
right? The ish.
But now his,
But y'all are always
usually
here
Yeah.
15 minutes before,
but to
10
me,
minutes before.
But to me, the ish,
15 minutes either direction.
I'd say 20 either side.
Oh, you're
Is
going
that-
20.
I go
Okay.
20 either
I go
side,
15.
right?
That's fair.
You got to get
So-
it. So that's where the ish is for me.
Yeah.
you don't
It doesn't-
round up to 8-ish.
No, and the ish doesn't mean next week.
8:30-ish.
Ish doesn't mean, hey, I'll catch you next time. Okay, that's
No,
not
wait,
the ish.
We usually schedule like 3 or 4, sometimes a couple weeks in advance.
We
don't
try.
Okay,
Yeah, we
that's what I
tried
thought,
to.
yeah.
We tried. This one was a little spur of the
It was
moment,
quick,
but
yeah.
but it
still.
was he was a late response. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And at what time? 7-ish. Okay, hey, sounds good.
Yeah.
What time? I got here a little after 7, maybe 7:05.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
You were already here. Bob was already here. So obviously,
Yeah.
you guys made it by the 7-ish.
Jeremy showed up on time.
I
Let's not
was
forget
late.
him.
I
He
was
showed
late
up.
this time.
He showed up.
Were you at Meyer again? Were you shopping when they showed up?
He was
Maybe.
Woodman's again.
Maybe.
Get stuck.
All right.
They're our sponsor, right? Woodman's
I wish.
If not,
Fleet Farm.
I
We love it.
I went the old dude on, like just here doing an interview. The crazy old dude that's
He's
on
interviewing himself in the mirror.
he's good enough. He's smart
I'm
enough.
really racking my brain for a late story. I am like someone who I cannot stand being late. That is probably my biggest
bothers
pet
me.
peeve. Like that's something that the wife. I don't get upset easily, but like if we're running late, like today is a good example. Stella has her dance recital,
Yep.
right? You wait all year for the big Christmas recital and everything. And what time is it at, honey? She's the one that knows time. It's at 2:00. Cool. What time are we leaving? Well, we should leave at like 1:40. Cool. 1:50 rolls around, and I'm like,
Are we
I thought we
leaving?
were leaving at 1:40. Okay, I'm almost done. Well, I'm getting in the car, and it's getting started. And we get in, we get there, and we're running up. And there's Grandma and Grandpa and Grandma sitting over there going, waiting for us because we have
Holding
the tickets,
seats
right?
too, right?
And I hate feeling rushed. So I guess I'm just I can't think of one.
That's
can't.
that's kind of a good
nothing
thing.
wrong with that, yeah.
No.
I could go if you want.
Go ahead. I have one too, so I got.
All right. How many? And I will go on. How many do you think you've been late to any podcasts?
I don't think I have. I
don't
mean,
think you
there's been
haven't
ones
either.
I haven't come to,
No,
but but I never agreed to be there.
That's
I never
correct.
committed.
Yeah.
When I commit to
I
being there.
wasn't texting you saying, "Where are you?" Oh, I can't make it.
Yeah,
That's another-
you
that's
already
another
told us
zero.
in
Yeah,
advance.
that's another zero.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Told us in
I
advance.
thought. I
Zero.
think you've actually showed up to one where you said you couldn't make it.
Yeah, I
You
have.
ended up
Yep,
being here, so,
I
okay.
did. Yeah.
So
Just checking on that one as well.
that
Yeah,
erases
all right.
like
yeah.
a bunch of.
I've
like,
done
plates.
overtime.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah,
overtime
okay.
on the
Just
podcast.
checking.
Yes.
So
So
you
that's-
get like two passes
Yeah,
automatically
That's like two
because
I think so.
zeros.
You
Yeah.
could be here at a 9-ish for a 7-ish arrival time.
I
I
could.
think you'd be
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Jeremy.
I'm gonna use have a church example.
Don't go to church.
Sorry.
I'm sliding away. I don't want to be struck. Someone's
Well,
getting smited.
You got all the electrical stuff over there.
I will be the one that's sprayed. I just remember. I
not
was-
showing up to his first communion.
No, I don't know what I was doing.
all
I just
Baptist.
remember
the
showing
blood
up
of Christ, not for
when
you.
I showed up at the
actually
church.
burned when you
Like
drank
the pastor was like done preaching
Oh.
the sermon. It was like after any kind of like musical stuff at the beginning.
Wait. What was this? One of those churches where they had the big two doors, and when
you
you open
hear
them, they scream?
Everybody knew you were there.
So what I did is I
It's all
started doing.
Oh no! He gets it all the way open. He's got it made, and then he lets it slip, and it goes.
Oh, yeah.
boom!
and the whole all the pews. Whoa!
Everyone
Everybody
looks.
turns.
Everyone looks in there.
So to cover myself, I start doing flips down the middle aisle and stuff.
Like it was part of the show. It was part of the sermon.
No way.
I just remember showing up. He was getting done preaching.
Okay, that was a joke. Thank God. I was like, holy shit. Okay.
No.
Hey, all of us who knows him knows damn well he probably would have done some somersaults.
Yeah.
I probably
Something.
would have.
something stupid.
No, they had a balcony in this church, and I snuck up.
off of
I
it.
snuck up to the balcony and sat there. And when it was all done, I got up with everybody else and went and talked with all my friends. But no one really caught on. I was expecting my mom looking out for me, but I went into a seat in the balcony that I knew she couldn't look up at me, but That was really the only time. I'm usually early for most stuff.
I still
too.
can't. I still wish it was the big doors.
Just something rolls something, yeah, and then
Right after the
and peace be with you, and it's all quiet right at the.
or right after he says, "Let's take a moment of silence
Oh,
for
yeah.
so and so."
I'm for sure my butt would have been called right up to the front. They would have prayed
then
for me in front of
Wow.
everybody.
The deer had like the.
Freeze! They can't see me.
And that
So-
would be the time to do flips, though, because then at least they maybe
Oh, yeah.
forget that you were late.
Look at this clown. All right, Jeremy. Since we record the podcast at your house, how many times have you been late for a podcast?
Since
I think once.
I want to say as of right now, I'm 0.
0. All right. Hey, we're 3 for 3 with
I'm
zero.
usually here before everybody else.
Yes, you are.
You know what?
Yeah.
I do give you credit for that.
Yeah,
You are always
yeah.
the first one on
Yeah.
site.
I've been trying
That's
to
true.
beat you here, but
No,
yet to.
no,
yet
I'm-
to
You got to
be
wait
able
until
to.
he goes to the store and just show up.
Yeah.
That might be a little long.
Hey, Jeremy, could you come? Jeremy, can you come pick me up?
I know.
He's gonna say, because you know he's gonna say, "Hey,
yeah.
Hey, I broke down
Go on.
over here in Franklin. Can you come get me?
Yeah. Gets back. What the fuck, dude?
as the garage door is going down, you quickly stop it so
I'm
you can
laying.
roll in."
I'm laying on his couch, no pants.
Jimmy
I beat
Jamis.
you.
You're down here doing your
I beat
podcast.
you.
You're doing your own podcast down here.
Hey, Jeremy, want some Jimmy Jammers? Okay, that's an inside joke. Sorry. Go ahead.
Mine's a work-related one as well, and I think I can tell this story now because my brother does not work there anymore, and he hasn't worked there for a long time. So, we went to I don't know if it was a Saturday night, Sunday night concert to Dave Matthews at Alpine,
Nice.
and we might have partaken in some beverages, a lot of beverages.
Like Coke.
Him a little more than
Coca-Cola.
than me. He was training me
Herbal
actually at the
supplements,
time.
maybe?
Herbal supplements. Yep.
Yeah.
He was training me at the time, so we get home. I don't know. It had to have been 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Because it's a quick. You get out of that parking lot really
Oh,
quick
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And on the
And
freeway
then you gotta
really
drive
fast.
all the way
Yeah.
back down to Racine. And, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're Racine too.
So I'm sorry. We had to have gotten home in bed like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we had to be at work at 8. So I was the sober one, soberish enough.
Ish.
20 on
and
either side.
Again, he was training me, so we got.
Of the
I woke
BAC.
up to like the cold sweats. When you got that hungover and you're like, oh, I think I got to do something. Look at the clock. It had to have been 10:30, 11 o'clock already.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, Rick, we gotta go. Let's go. And so he's still completely drunk, like just totally.
And what time were you supposed to be at work?
8. So we get up and we go, and like I said, I'm training, so this is like horrible for me to be this late. And
Do as I
we
say,
go
not
in.
as I do.
Right.
Luckily, the manager at the time was super cool, or the supervisor. He's like, just grab your shit and go. I don't care. We got your first 2 things covered. Just go, get your stuff done. I had to drive the whole time. I didn't know what was going on. When we got to the house, like to somebody's house, I'm like, hey, how do we do this? He's like, oh, just go. Just drill a hole right here. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm drilling this hole, and it's through the drywall, and I'm drilling, the smoke just pouring out of this thing. I'm like,
This is when you used to work for Comcast Cable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You went through into the living room, didn't you?
no,
Oh,
it was
okay.
out. It was next to your wall, except it was brick on the outside, and he gave me a wood bit.
Well,
It's gonna take a while.
So yeah, that was a very interesting time to be late and then proceed through the day to not know what the hell is going on and how to do things.
wow. And he
This
doesn't
is
work.
all allegedly, by the way.
And he doesn't work there anymore.
No, I wonder
Weird.
why.
Weird.
Weird.
So
And then how many podcasts have you been late to?
I don't think any.
Oh,
Holy crap! We are 4 for 4.
we are.
with
We are
nobody
doing
being late
great.
here.
Yeah.
Great here.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
And real quick,
yeah.
I want to take a poll of the table here, the group. Making it to it's tough. It's really tough being on time, isn't it? Like a lot of extra effort you got to put forth and everything, right?
you got to leave your house on time.
If it's an ish, it's
Gotta
not
plan.
that hard.
Oh,
You got to kind of plan.
okay. Well, yeah, I didn't think so either. But I just
I mean,
wanna-
I do want to give a little empathy because I know he has some kids and stuff.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
I got kids.
So he's got
I
kids,
got- I got kids.
And apparently, it's hard.
Yeah.
Apparently it's
I
hard.
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids are almost born. One of them's technically an adult. The other one's 2 years from. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they don't have to be laid down and put to bed.
No.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No.
But even before then, I had a hard time. being
Jeremy
late.
has 2 adult kids, and they both got to be laid down and put to bed.
I put him to sleep.
Jaden. Oh, poor Jaden. No wonder he's going to Florida.
Is that when you give him the bottle of Malort and he just goes right out?
He gets his own stuff.
That's why it's all empty.
no
Oh,
wonder.
Lord.
Let's pick up some more nighttime medicine for Jaden.
He could drink all of it. I don't care. It's disgusting.
I'd actually be impressed if you could drink the rest of that without making a face.
I can do it.
No, you couldn't.
Well, you been training or something?
Okay, Rocky. Let's go, Rocky.
Let's go. Come on.
Hey, we did
the
talk
log.
about Beer Fest.
Hell, I'd be impressed if you could do a shot of it without
He's
making
running
a
through the
face.
snow.
We'll be good.
Shots of a Lord.
What?
Stay tuned for our next podcast.
Sorry. That was shots
Jason's
of
gonna
Malort.
die with Malort.
Shots of Malort.
Malort.
That is Malort.
Malort.
Bourbon, my lord. Ah!
Yes. Yes. All right.
Oh my gosh! I like
Well,
how this just turned into a bashing of Mike in a way. too.
No, this is
no, not
this is
bashing.
no bashing.
This is
We didn't
late
say- We
stories.
didn't say anything bad about
These
it.
are late
We don't
stories.
have
I
to.
think
He does
We
it
it's
to
didn't say
himself.
anything bad. And hey,
No.
just think of it this way.
Hey.
If there was any bashing going on, if he would have been here on time, he could have defended himself, okay?
you know he
Well,
could
he
have
did say,
partaken in this
he did-
in this podcast.
Yes.
He did
So-
say Interstate was closed down, so he's
So now he's
taking
making
a side, the
excuses?
side road.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're saying he's making
Can we confirm that on
I
the
bet you we
Wisconsin
can Google
DOT
this.
website
Now I
we'll
get
find
it.
out.
I will put a little thing at the end of this video
to confirm it?
to confirm
Confirm.
and
All right.
sources.
Well, and now I gotta feel a little sorry for the guy because I understand how hard it can be to understand what traffic's going to be like. You know, you got to wait around for the news, got to wait for the traffic report before you can
You gotta
really
wait for
see
the
where.
camera
You,
to flip to the
Well,
right.
same thing. You got to
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
till the end of the 6:30 news for the weather too.
correct.
Yep.
You gotta plan for that.
Yep. So you know what, Mike, we understand. We understand and we
Cheers,
support
Mike.
you.
You know what? Yeah,
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers to you, buddy.
So
okay.
No one drinks.
Mine's, mine's,
that would be to respect Mike.
mine's all empty. Does that really
okay,
count then? If I'm
We could have faked it.
We all put it down the same time. Cheers. All right.
That's what we think. Once again, if he was here on time, he could have defended himself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice, short and sweet one. Thank you, everybody. Maybe this will be posted on time. Maybe it'll be posted late. We don't know.
it'll be late. Just
It'll be late.
I'm gonna
Gotta
say,
be late.
yeah.
Let's announce when it's going to
Yes,
be posted,
exactly.
and then we'll
A
be
week
late.
later.
All right. Cheers.
Save the date.
All right. Have a good one, guys. From Jason, Bob, Jesse, Jeremy, and Mike and Spirit, who's allegedly still on his way in. And actually, let's for 7-ish. It is now 8:24,
Oh, so now it's
8:24.
It's 8-ish.
and in 6 minutes,
Past 8-ish.
Oh, it's
It's
past
8:30.
in 6 minutes, we round up. It'll be 9-ish.
Yeah, 9-ish.
So
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
we yeah. All right. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
We don't tell him. We don't tell him until it's posted.
We don't tell him
And then
about
we
this
all tag
podcast
him.
at all.
We all tag him.